now 3-0 on the year, who threw a scoreless 11th and 12th, and Inland Empire's Darwin Soto took the loss. He is 1-2 on the year. So it was an exciting 2-1 victory for Rancho Cucamonga here at the Epicenter last night. Thursday night, Inland Empire won going away 11-3 over the Quakes, and so tonight we will decide who indeed will win this series, the rubber match. Let's take a look at tonight's California League schedule. As we mentioned, Lancaster in first place in the South Division. As we look at the North Division, it's the Modesto A's at 6-2 out in front of San Jose by a game. Modesto won the first half championship, and again, they're on top. So it's going to be a close race to see who can secure the final playoff berth in the California League here in 2004. Modesto at 6-2 is out in front of San Jose, who comes into play tonight with a mark of 5-3. Stockton is a game and a half back of the A's. They are 5-4. Tonight, you've got High Desert battling the Giants up at San Jose. Pitching matchup, Jesse Harper, 1-2 going into the ballgame against Giant prospect Merkin Valdez, who has a mark of 3-1. Meanwhile, in the South Division, it's Lancaster doing battle at the Diamond against Lake Elsinore. It'll be Adam Bass, 6-4, against David Pauly, 4-6. In the North Division, it'll be Modesto at Visalia. Stephen Openchain, 2-3, will take the mound against Jonathan Hacienda, who is 2-3. Rounding out the Cal League schedule, it'll be Stockton at Stanley Ballpark in Bakersfield. It'll be John Danks going for the Ports. He is 1-0. Scott Autry will take the ball for Bakersfield. He is 1-4. So that leaves us with this ball game. It's Rancho Cucamonga at home against Inland Empire. We'll be back to talk about tonight's starters. Joe Saunders, a left-hander on the mound for Rancho Cucamonga, will be opposed by T.A. Fulmer. The tall righty will get the ball for Inland Empire. We'll be back to talk about tonight's starting pitchers at the Epicenter right after this.
Pete's Rally Cap Ale presents minor league legends to rally around. Roswell slugger Joe Bauman ended the 1954 season batting .400 with 72 homers in what is considered the best single season ever. Not bad for a guy who was pumping gas the year before. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Cap Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hit of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy when at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
Time for a quick quiz. What do you get when you multiply your salary by 7? Give up? That's the amount of life insurance you may need. Do you have the right amount of life insurance to protect your family's future? Allstate's agents Maria Alcantara-Schick and Daniel Neal can make sure you do. They will even provide you with a free life insurance analysis. Call Allstate agent Maria Alcantara-Schick in Chino at 517-3141 or Daniel Neal in Upland at 920-9575. Because when it comes to your family's life insurance, the right hands make all the difference. Allstate Life Insurance Company, home office, Northbrook, Illinois.
Welcome back to the Epicenter, where the Quakes and 66ers are concluding their warm-ups as we get set to get this ball game underway. The Quakes and the 66ers tied for second place in the South Division at 5-3 as we are a little over a week into the second half of the 2004 Cal League season. Let's take a look at tonight's starting pitchers. For Rancho Cucamonga, it'll be left-hander Joe Saunders, who comes into the ball game with a record of 6-7 and an ERA of 3.49. Saunders is a big guy. He's 6'3", weighs 210 pounds, and he was selected in the first round of the 2002 draft. He was the 12th pick overall, and the left-hander is having to battle back from season-ending shoulder surgery that that put him on the disabled list. And early this year, it took him a little while to get things going, but he is back in the groove, and his ERA is 3.49, shows it, especially when you consider that back on May the 6th, he allowed 10 earned runs in a start at Lancaster, which is a notorious hitter's ballpark. If you take out those 10 earned runs, Saunders' ERA dropped significantly as the fans here at the Epicenter are greeted by Aftershock and Tremor, the team's mascots there, coming down the right field line atop a fire truck. And they're celebrating Independence Day here at the ballpark. It is a very full crowd, and we're getting closer to game time. So Joe Saunders on the mound. He's faced Inland Empire 3 times this year. He has a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. He faced him back on May the 1st, a game that he lost, despite the fact that he pitched very well. He pitched 6 innings, allowed 2 earned runs on 7 hits in that one, so a quality start there. Then he beat the 66ers on June the 2nd, and again on June the 18th. Both times he pitched very well. On the 2nd, he didn't allow any earned runs in 6 innings of work. And then on the 18th, in San Bernardino, he allowed just 1 run on 7 innings. So Saunders has had a lot of success against Inland Empire this year, and no doubt that's going to come into play tonight. They have seen him 3 times and still have not had an opportunity to be to hit him hard. He has an ERA of just 1.42, which is outstanding. Meanwhile, the starter for Inland Empire is T.A. Fulmer. T.A. Fulmer is a 13th round draft pick back in 2002 of the Seattle Mariners. He is 24 years of age. He is 6'3" and weighs 200 pounds, so he's a big right-handed pitcher. And this will be his first start since being sent back down from Double-A San Antonio. He earned a promotion after he had an excellent May for this Inland Empire Ball Club. The Mariners promoted him to Double-A San Antonio, but T.A. Fulmer was hit hard, to say the least. In fact, while he was at San Antonio in 6 games, he was 0-2 with an ERA of 6.20. So this week, when the Mariners promoted young phenom Felix Hernandez to San Antonio, they sent T.A. Fulmer back down to this 66er ball club. Fulmer in the California League for Inland Empire this year has a record of 3-4, an ERA of 4.24, and he has faced Rancho Cucamonga once already this year, back on May the 2nd, where he was defeated by the Quakes. He gave up 5 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings, and that was a game that the Quakes beat the 66ers by a score of 5-3. So if you're a Rancho Cucamonga Quakes fan, things kind of stack up in your way, in your favor, because Saunders has had a lot of success. And tonight, Inland Empire, if they're going to win this ball game offensively, they're going to have to find a way to figure out the tall lefty, Joe Saunders. And meanwhile, the Quakes bats, they got to stay hot against T.A. Fulmer. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back to the Epicenter, well, tonight's starting lineups. We'll be back right after this.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much more. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
For fans who want the benefits of season tickets but can't make it to all the home games, then the Quakes mini plans are perfect for you. Mini plans start as low as $60 per seat. Plus, these plans feature the most exciting games of the 2004 season. To order your Quakes mini plan today, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
The whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much
Welcome back to the Epicenter, everyone, where we are getting set for Game 3 of this three-game series between the Quakes and the Inland Empire 66ers. Let's get to the starting lineup for Inland Empire as announced by manager Darren Brown. Batting first and playing second base, number 16, Juan Gonzalez. Batting second and playing third base, number 7, Jesus Guzman. Batting third in center field, it's number 10, Gary Harris. Batting cleanup in left field, it's number 46, Sean Nelson. The designated hitter, batting fifth, number 26, P.G. Ballet. Batting sixth and in right field, number 11, Carlos Arroyo. Arroyo has the highest average on the team, batting .351. Arroyo in right field, batting sixth. Hitting seventh, it's the first baseman, number 59, Matt Hagan. Batting eighth and catching is number 27, Brian Lentz. And batting ninth at short, number 3, Eric Monzon. So Gonzalez, Guzman, Harris, Nelson, Ballet, Arroyo, Hagan, Lentz, and Monzon. Now the lineup for your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes is announced by manager Bobby Meacham. Leading off at second is Erick Aybar. Batting second at shortstop, number 5, Shane Halter, continuing his rehab assignment. At third, batting third is number 8, Greg Porter. Batting cleanup is the catcher, Michael Napoli. Batting fifth is the designated hitter, Jared Abruzzo. Batting sixth is center fielder, Reggie Willits. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Matt Abram. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Roncel Melgarejo. And batting ninth is the left fielder, B.J. Wheat. We'll take a quick timeout for the national anthem. We'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
You've been listening to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pregame show. This is the radio home for the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. Quakes baseball is next on KWRM 1370.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a ready card for third member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history. Offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels, the Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376. It's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. Brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Carl Buddick, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Frame, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball.
Welcome back to the Epicenter, everybody, where this holiday crowd has filed in. The seats are pretty much full at this point, with more people expected. Last night they had a huge crowd here at the Epicenter, over 5,700, and they are expecting another sellout here tonight. This July the 3rd ball game is when Rancho Cucamonga is celebrating Independence Day, as tomorrow the Quakes will be on the road at High Desert, so their final home game before the 4th of July, and the crowd anticipating the fireworks show that will take place at the conclusion of this ball game. So it's the 66ers and the Quakes, as we mentioned in the pregame, tied at 5-3 in the South Division, 2 games back of Lancaster. It's been a very competitive series as the season has gone on. The Quakes have won 9 of the 16 contests between these two ball clubs, and it'll be left-hander Joe Saunders on the mound for Rancho Cucamonga. Saunders 6-7. And an ERA of 3.49, and that ERA is good enough to put him in the top 10 in the California League. Saunders has been kind of a tough luck loser as far as his record is concerned. He's pitched very well with the exception of 1 loss at Lancaster. He's only given up 5 earned runs or more twice. The rest of the time it has been 3 earned runs and under. And so Saunders has pitched very well for Rancho Cucamonga thus far in 2004. Here's Juan Gonzalez, switch hitter, batting right-handed against Saunders, and he swings at the first pitch and lifts a fly ball to right. Moving back into his left is Mel Guerrejo, and on the first pitch of the ball game, Juan Gonzalez is retired. Gonzalez came into that at bat hitting .297. with a homer and 32 runs batted in. So here is Jesus Guzman, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. The 66ers with 2 switch hitters at the top of their lineup, and he shows bunt and takes a fastball outside. Guzman hitting .306, 3 homers and 25 runs batted in. Saunders into the windup. He throws, and that pitch is in there for a called strike. For the Quakes defensively, Weed in left, Willits in center, Mel Guerrejo in right, Porter at third, Halter at short, Aybar at second base, Abram at first. As Guzman swings and lifts the ball back out of play down the right field line foul. Count is now 1-2. Abram at first, and Michael Napoli behind the plate. Joe Saunders on the mound. Here is the 1-2 pitch, and it's down and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aybar is making his first start of the year at second base, so that Shane Halter, who's on a rehabilitation assignment from the Anaheim Angels, can play shortstop tonight. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and a fastball is low, 3-2. Just underway here at the Epicenter. Big crowd on hand, ready to enjoy this one. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Guzman. He swings and lifts a fly ball to right. Mel Guerrejo chasing it down toward the line. He gets there in time and makes the catch. That ball was slicing away from Mel Guerrejo toward the line, but he was able to catch up to it. And that is the second out here in the first inning. So we mentioned that Inland Empire has not fared very well against Joe Saunders in 2004. Saunders is 2-1, but has an ERA of 1.42, and so perhaps the offensive thinking tonight is to take Saunders the other way. Here is Gary Harris batting left-handed, and he looks at a pitch outside for ball 1. Harris batting .272, 3 homers and 44 runs batted in. Saunders to the plate and a swing and a foul straight back, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Only 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup for Inland Empire tonight. Harris is one of them, Arroyo the other in the 6th hole. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's swung on and popped up. Halter at short, calls for it, moves to his left, now moves back a step, and he puts it away. So 3 up and 3 down for Inland Empire here in the top of the first inning. And after one half of an inning, it's Inland Empire nothing and Rancho Cucamonga coming up.
Teamwork. It's important on the field and off. When it comes to engineering services, more people are teaming up with Bonaldo Engineering. They feature a full spectrum of structural, consulting, engineering, and design build services. Whether it's commercial, industrial, or residential, go with a winning team. Bonaldo Engineering. For information or a consultation, call 944-9992 or stop by their office at 9480 Utica Avenue, Suite 607. Bonaldo Engineering, a proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes Baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Celebrate a birthday in style with Trimmer and the rest of the Quakes family here at the Epicenter. Packages include 12 cafe or club tickets, a special gift for the birthday person, a souvenir for each guest, a personalized cake, and more. Birthday packages for 12 people cost just $200.
The whole new ballgame. Quakes Baseball. The family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a whole new ballgame.
Back at the Epicenter, we head to the bottom of the first inning. No score in the ball game, and it'll be right-hander T.A. Fulmer on the mound for Inland Empire. And here in the first inning, he will face Erick Aybar, followed by Shane Halter and Greg Porter. T.A. Fulmer, as we mentioned in the pregame, just back from San Antonio. He was promoted in late May, but did not fare well in Texas League. And he is back with Inland Empire as Felix Hernandez, the young Mariner phenom, was moved up to the AA level. And Fulmer will now get another go of it here in the California League. Fulmer with a record of 3 wins and 4 losses with Inland Empire, an ERA of 4.24. He is 6'3", 200 pounds. 24-year-old right-hander gets the sign, and here's the wind in the first pitch to Erick Aybar, and it's on the outside corner for a called strike. Erick Aybar, looking to set the table at the top of this Quake lineup, has done a good job all year long as the 0-1 is swung on and lifted to left. Nelson moving toward the line, and he measures it, and he puts it away for out number 1. Aybar hitting .346, doing an outstanding job at the top of the lineup. In fact, his .346 average is 3rd in the California League. So Fulmer keeps Aybar off the base path, and now here is Shane Halter. Halter, right-handed batter, swings and misses at a low fastball, and it's 0-1. Halter 1 for 7 in his 2 games with Rancho Cucamonga on rehab. The right-handed hitter waits, and he takes a fastball, called a strike at the knees, 0-2. Halter is recovering from a dislocated joint that he suffered on his left ring finger. Hasn't appeared in the game for the Angels since June the 13th in interleague action against the Cubs. He's looking to rejoin Anaheim as quickly as possible. Takes an 0-2 pitch very high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Halter. Here comes Fulmer's pitch, and Halter bounces it foul down the third base line. Count remains 1-2. Halter's 1 for 7 in his 2 games with the Quakes, but his 1 hit was a big one. Last night in the 12th inning, he doubled and scored the game-winning run on a double by Michael Napoli. Here's the 1-2, and it's inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Quakes winning a close one 2-1 in 12 innings. Halter right in the mix. Right-handed batter waits. Here comes the 2-2 from Fulmer. Halter swings and hits a weak chopper foul that scoots about 40 feet away from home plate towards the Rancho Cucamonga dugout. Defensively for Inland Empire, Nelson's in left, Harrison center, Arroyo in right, Guzman at third, Monzon at short, Gonzalez at second, Hagan at first, Lentz behind the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Halter takes a fastball just inside off the corner. And the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Greg Porter is on deck. He will bat next. Here comes the 3-2 to Halter, and it's a slider outside, ball 4. So Halter is at first with 1 out, and that'll bring up Greg Porter, who has been one of the Quakes' hottest hitters over the last month. In fact, Porter currently has a 17-game hitting streak. He got a base hit last night. He was 1 for 5. And he can tie Michael Napoli tonight with a base hit for the longest hitting streak by a Quake here in 2004. Napoli had an 18-game hitting streak earlier in the year. Left-handed batter waits. Fulmer's first pitch is low, ball 1. Porter on the year, now batting .317 after his recent hot streak. He hit .330 in June to raise his average to .317. 5 homers and 36 runs batted in. Halter away from first, not a long lead. Here's a bounce to the right side. It's going to get through for a base hit. Rounding second is Halter. He will head to third base as Arroyo gets the ball back in, and there it is. 18 games in a row for Greg Porter with a base hit. And this one, just a ground ball through the hole on the right side, and Shane Halter winds up at third base. And so now a first and third 1-out opportunity for Michael Napoli. So Hagan holding Halter at first base. He didn't have a big lead, but good piece of hitting there by Greg Porter, just grounding one through that right side. Here is Napoli, hitting .316, 19 homers, 76 driven in. And he swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. And Napoli was swinging hard on that first offering from P.A. Fulmer. Napoli, first in the California League with 19 homers, first in the California League with 76 runs batted in, and near the top in batting average with his .316 mark. Fulmer at the belt. Here's the 0-1, and it's a fastball in tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. No score, bottom of the first inning. With 1 out, the Quakes have runners at first and third with Napoli at the plate. Infield at double play depth. Harris is shading Napoli toward right center in the outfield. Fulmer's 1-1 pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Fulmer's last outing, in fact his last 2 outings for San Antonio on June the 26th and going back to June the 23rd were both out of the bullpen. He has not made a start since the 17th of June. Here's the 2-1, and it's a strike call, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Will Robinson calling balls and strikes. And the umpire on the bases tonight is David Rackley. So Fulmer had such a bad stint up at San Antonio, he was relegated to the bullpen. So it's been a while since he's made a start. He looks at third and then bluffs a throw to first on the pivot. Nothing doing on the bases for Rancho Cucamonga. No score in the first. Halter, who walked with 1 out, went to third on the base hit by Greg Porter. First and third, 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Napoli. Here it comes, and Napoli checks the swing at a slider in the dirt, and the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Fulmer is throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning. The Quakes are being patient at the plate. Fulmer only walked 13 men in 57 innings with Inland Empire. San Antonio, he walked 10 in 24 innings, so control, not too much of an issue. Runner goes, and it's a slider down low, ball 4, and Fulmer has walked, the bases loaded. So he got ahead of Napoli and then lost him. And that'll bring up Jared Abruzzo. Abruzzo, the DH tonight, batting .275, 5 homers, and 18 runs batted in. Halter at third, Porter at second, Napoli at first. We're in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Quakes looking to jump on Inland Empire early in this one. Abruzzo batting left-handed. Here it comes, and it's a fastball strike. Looking to see if Rancho Cucamonga has any grand slams on the year. They do not. They have 7 of the 3-run variety, but no grand slams. This is swinging a line drive, base hit to right field. In the score is Halter. Picking the ball out of the corner is Arroyo. But not before Porter scores. It's a 2-run single for Jared Abruzzo, and the Quakes lead 2-0 here in the first. So on a fastball that was up and out over the plate, Abruzzo smacked that ball in the right field, and it scores 2 runs for Rancho here in the first. It's a 2-run single, and still, then all over the place for Rancho Cucamonga. You got Napoli at third and Abruzzo at first, and that'll bring up Reggie Willits, who's batting left-handed. 2-0 Rancho here in the first. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center. Going back is Harris. Still going back. Near the track, he reaches up with the right hand and makes the catch. But it's plenty deep to score Michael Napoli from third, and it's 3-0 on the sacrifice fly. So Reggie Willits picks up his 25th run batted in of the season. Willits came into that at bat hitting .243. Napoli in from third. Abruzzo remains at first base, and it's 3-0 Rancho Cucamonga. So simply putting the ball in play, fundamental baseball with a man at third and less than 2 outs, that fly ball gets it done. And here is Matt Abram, right-handed hitter, swings at the first pitch and lifts a high, long, foul ball. He pulled that one over the grandstand down the left field line, but well back and out of play. And it's 0-1 to Abram. Abram batting .125 on the year. No homers, no RBIs. He's 2 for 16 in his time with the ball club. Abruzzo gets his lead from first. It's a conservative lead, being held on by Hagan. Fulmer at the belt. Here's the pitch, and it's low and away. Evens the count at 1-1. So Rancho offensively being very productive here in the first inning. They lead 3-0, a 2-run single for Jared Abruzzo, and a sacrifice fly off the bat of Reggie Willits. Here's the pitch, swinging a sharp grounder that's just foul down the third baseline. Abram checks his bat. That was an inside fastball at the belt, and he just turned on it, but Fulmer had good location on that pitch. It was in too tight for Abram to do anything with it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 3-0. The Quakes with a first inning lead. Right-handed hitter waits. Here's Fulmer to the plate. A swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Lentz picked it up off the ground and bounced away from him, and he tagged Abram, and that is the third out of the inning. But the Quakes strike for 3 runs on 2 base hits. We will head to the top of the second inning from the epicenter. It's Rancho Cucamonga on top, 3-0.
Part of the hitting instructor's job is to analyze the effectiveness and mechanics of a ballplayer's swing. Doesn't your car or truck deserve that same attention to detail? The automotive professionals at TLC Auto Center knows it does. For 11 years, they've been the pros you can depend on to expertly troubleshoot and repair your vehicle. From minor to major repairs to routine maintenance, you can rely on TLC Auto Center. Visit them just below Foothill on Monte Vista.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too, simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet, and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep laying the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
John Nelson, tall right-handed hitter, will lead off the second inning for Inland Empire as Joe Saunders delivers a fastball that's high. 1 ball and no strikes. The Quakes strike early. They lead 3-0 after Jared Abruzzo drove in 2 on a 2-run base hit, and then Reggie Willits tacked on another with a sacrifice fly. The Quakes lead 3-0. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike for John Nelson. Joe Saunders, the lefty into his windup, with the fastball in there too tight, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So if you're a Quakes fan, the numbers add up for you right now. Joe Saunders in 3 starts against the 66ers has allowed a total of 3 earned runs. 2-1 pitches away, 3-1. And that's in 19 innings of work. And the Quakes lead 3-0. Here in the second. Here's the pitch that's driven deep to center by Nelson. Moving back is Willits. He is looking up, and that ball is gone. A home run. And not a cheap one either. That was a smash to center field. For Nelson, that is his 9th homer of the year. His 47th run batted in, and he hit it out to dead center field. Hit it off the black tarp that's used as the hitter's backdrop out there above the center field wall. So that makes it 3-1, Rancho Cucamonga. And now Peachy Vallette, designated hitter, will step in there. Vallette hitting .301, no homers, 27 driven in. So Nelson, with 1 swing of the bat, makes it a 3-1 game. On a 3-1 pitch, he got a ball out over the plate, and he crushed it. Here comes the 1-0 to Vallette, and it's low, 2 balls and no strikes. Saunders has given up 10 home runs now in 81 innings pitched. So I guess when you're around the plate, you will give up some home runs. Here's the 2-0, and it's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. For Nelson, his 9th homer of the year. And this Inland Empire team can swing the bat. Here's a swing and a minor foul down the right field line, out of play. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Inland Empire, as a team, is hitting .280. Which is 3rd in the Cal League. Here's a swing and a liner foul down the left field line. Past the third base coach, and it'll be retrieved by someone in the Quakes bullpen down there. This place is packed. Down the line, both right field and left field. Not too many empty seats. Here's the 2-2 and a ball that's fisted down the right field line, giving chase is Abram, but he's going to run out of room. It's into the first couple of rows of seats. And Willits stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Willits will be followed by Carlos Arroyo and Matt Hagen. Here in the second inning, 3-1, Quakes on top. Willits is waiting. Saunders to the plate, swinging another foul ball, hit straight back. So now it's the 66ers who are trying to work Joe Saunders' pitch count up a little bit. Saunders does not strike a ton of guys out. He prefers his opposition to put the ball in play. Swinging a loop, hits a shallow right field, and this is going to fall in front of Melgarejo for a base hit. Erick Aybar gave chase out there, but it was over his head. And so Willits finds a hole out there in right field. Not a hard hit ball, but it falls in. Second hit of the night for Inland Empire. Willits is at first base with nobody out, and Carlos Arroyo coming to the plate. Arroyo batting .351, no homers, and 21 runs driven in. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball that's lifted down the left field line. Weed running toward the line, and he's going to watch it land in the seats down there. Foul. Nothing to one to Arroyo. Arroyo hitting .351. He has a 7-game hitting streak going. But unfortunately for Arroyo, he's facing Joe Saunders, who's a left-handed pitcher. And he swings and misses at a breaking ball, nothing in 2. Arroyo, who hits left-handed, is batting just .211 with 1 extra base hit against left-handed pitching this year. But he's in there tonight because T.J. Vaughn was promoted to Double-A San Bernardino by the Mariners. And he swings and hits a soft liner to Halter. He makes the catch and he throws to first, but not in time to double off Peachy Willits. But Arroyo, with a soft line drive, hit right to Halter at short, is the first out of the inning. Willits, with a line drive in the air, freezing, and he got back in time. So he's at first with 1 man out, and Matt Hagen at the plate. Hagen hitting .222, but he does have 6 homers and 32 runs batted in. 3-1, the Quakes leading. We're in the second inning here at the epicenter. Saunders looks at first. He comes to the plate, and it's a high chopper. Hit over the mound. Gloved by Halter, who flips behind his head to Aybar at second for the 4th. What an outstanding play by Shane Halter, who moved to his left, and in order to glove that high chopper, he had to go into a feet-first slide. Then he flipped the ball right over his head without even looking at Erick Aybar, who was standing right behind him on the bag, and that's how you get it done. That's the second out of the inning. Hagen reaches first on a fielder's choice. But Willits is forced for the second out of the inning on an outstanding defensive play by Shane Halter. Here is Brian Lentz, and he looks at a first pitch strike. Halter gloved that directly behind the bag and just flipped it over his head without even looking, and Aybar was right there. Boy, what great awareness by Shane Halter. No balls and 1 strike to count to Brian Lentz, batting .259 on the year. And now a pickoff attempt, throw down to first base by Napoli, but Hagen is back in there ahead of the tag. One thing they talk about is the different levels of professional baseball. The one thing that you notice, perhaps maybe a little bit more than other things, is the level of defensive play. Here's the 0-2 to Lentz, and it's a breaking ball high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Obviously, as you go from single A to double A and double A to triple A, etc., on up to the big league, you're going to see improved play. But the one thing they say more than anything else is the defense. And Shane Halter with a spectacular defensive play right there. Now, called strike 3 on the inside corner. Saunders strikes out Lentz looking. So after giving up the homer to John Nelson, Saunders is able to get 3 outs. With the help of Shane Halter, they leave the damage at only 1 run. We will head to the bottom of the second inning after 1.5. It's the Quakes 3, 66ers 1.
Hey, sports fans, is your house paint cracking more than the bats at the ballpark? Then it's time to call American Coatings. They've been painting America one home at a time. Besides complete interior and exterior painting, they feature drywall, texturing, acoustic removal, specialty coatings, faux painting, waterproofing, and more. For free same-day estimates, call 989-1219. American Coatings, proud members of the Better Business Bureau and Western Regional Master Builders Association.
Hi fans, Jason Anapoyan here to tell you about Storage Max in Rancho Cucamonga. At the Quakes, we've had no worries storing our items at Storage Max. With the latest technology, Storage Max provides climate-controlled units keeping items from discoloration, fading, or getting dusty. This is especially great for the hot summertime weather in Rancho Cucamonga. Storage Max has units from 5x5s to 15x40s with 24-hour access. Storage Max is a new facility located at 8363 Foothill Boulevard between Vineyard and Grove Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga. Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, have helped us with great customer service. Now let them help you. If you're ready to move or just thinking about moving, give Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, a call. 909-949-3600. Again, that's 909-949-3600.
Bottom of the second inning at the epicenter, and it's 3-1, Rancho Cucamonga on top. And this place is a buzz. Not only is it the celebration of Independence Day here at the ballpark tonight with a fireworks show to follow, but the Quakes with 3 quick runs in the first inning, and then Shane Halter turning in a spectacular defensive play to force Ichi Valletta at second base in the top of the second inning. This capacity crowd at the epicenter is a buzz, and they should be. Yeah. Good baseball here early on by the Quakes. Here is Malgarejo, and the right fielder looks at a ball low from T.A. Fulmer. Rancho Malgarejo batting .245, 2 homers, 27 runs batted in, and he takes the pitch low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. For the Quakes at home, when they score first, they have a record of 11-5, and they have one of their best in Joe Saunders on the mound. Here's the 2-0 pitch, swinging a line shot down the left field line that is pulled foul. 2-1, but Malgarejo did not get cheated. And the Quakes have had some good swings here in the early going against right-hander T.A. Fulmer. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and Malgarejo takes, and it's outside, 3-1. The Quakes at 5-3, tied for second place in the South Division with Inland Empire. The 3-1 pitch is swung on and bounced foul towards the Quakes on deck circle. It's a full count, 3-2. So it's important every time these two teams get together to win, because with Lancaster leading the South Division again after winning it in the first half, one of these two teams is going to make the playoffs if they can stay in their current position. There's a bouncer foul toward Bobby Meacham in the third base coaching dugout. Or rather, the third base coaching box. And each time these two teams play each other, it's worth 2 games, not 1. Because one team's going to win and one team's going to lose. Here's a 3-2 pitch from Fulmer, and it's a swing and a foul tip at the plate. So Malgarejo stays alive. This is the 17th time that the Quakes and the 66ers have met this year. Rancho's won 9 ball games, including winning here 2-1 in 12 innings last night. Here's a liner foul that hits off the facing of the third base stand at the end of the Quakes dugout and shoots into left field. John Nelson goes over and picks it up and throws it into the crowd. The 66ers defensively playing pretty straight up. You got Harris shade a few steps toward right field for Melgarejo, who swings and lines the ball in front of Nelson. It's a base hit. So Rancho Melgarejo, batting in the 8th hole, collects the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Quakes. And the leadoff man is aboard, and that'll bring up B.J. Weed. B.J. Weed, a switch hitter, will bat left-handed. Weed this year hitting .261, 2 homers, and 22 runs batted in. Bobby Meacham likes to be very aggressive with his Rancho Cucamonga ball club, especially when it comes to base running. So we'll keep an eye on Melgarejo, as I'm sure T.A. Fulmer will, as he gets his lead from first. Nearly to the end of the cutout, pretty good lead. Fulmer to the plate, throws strike 1 to B.J. Weed. Weed tonight in left field. He'll move around defensively. Very valuable asset for this Rancho ball club. Rubber match of this 3-game set. There's a throw over first, and Melgarejo is back in plenty of time. Three to 1, the Quakes on top. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. Nobody out. Weed at the plate. Melgarejo at first base. Gets his lead. Here's the pitch. Swinging a liner into left field, a base hit. Weed goes the other way. Melgarejo will stop at second base as Nelson gets it into the cutoff man. And right now, T.A. Fulmer is not fooling too many of the Quakes hitters. That's the 4th hit of the ball game for Rancho Cucamonga. The first time through the lineup, you have 4 hits, and Reggie Willits recorded one of the outs on a sacrifice fly that was a towering fly ball, hit the deep center field. So here's Erick Aybar with men at first and second and nobody out. Aybar 0 for 1. He flew out to left, back in the first. First pitch misses downstairs, 1-0. Aybar batting .346. Fulmer looks at second base. Infield playing a double play depth. Here's the pitch, and Aybar reaches for a pitch outside and lifts it up in the air and back out of play on the third base side into the stands. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So after a 2-1 ball game last night, in which nobody scored until the 6th inning, this game, not the pitcher's duel we had last night between Sandoval and Shell. Fulmer and Saunders going at it tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's in the dirt as Lentz digs it out. He flips the mask off, but nobody running on the base paths, and it's 2-1. Aybar picks up the face mask and gives it back to Lentz, the catcher. Shane Halter is on deck. Melgarejo led the inning off with a single at the second. And Weed, who had a base hit at first. Now, here's a swing and a drive into right center field. That is a gapper. It's going to be up against the wall. Rounding third base is Melgarejo. Right on his tail is B.J. Weed. Here's the throw, and they have in a rundown. Erick Aybar, as both men come in to score, but diving back into second base ahead of the tag is Aybar. He is safe. That ball was cut off in the middle of the infield because both Melgarejo and Weed were going to score, as Weed was right on top of Melgarejo rounding third base. So the throw was cut off, and Aybar was thinking triple the whole way. The throw went to third base, and Aybar put on the brakes in a hurry and he was able to quickly scamper back to second base and slide in ahead of the tag. He's in there with a 2-run double, and it is 5-1. The Quakes leading here in the second inning. And that'll bring up Shane Halter. And indeed, on the replay, Aybar did beat the tag. Here's the pitch to Halter, and he takes the pitch on corner for a strike. So 5-1. And we all know Erick Aybar loves to swipe bases. So we'll watch him at second. He leads the California League with 35. He bluffs. Here's a swinging a ground ball to short. Backhanding it is Monzon. He throws across the diamond in time to retire Halter, and Aybar has to remain at second base. Halter is out 6-3. That's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Greg Porter, who singled and scored back in the first. So Aybar now with 29 runs batted in on the year. And he is at second. And here is Porter, who singled back in the first to extend his hitting streak to 18 games. Left-handed batter waits. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nothing in one to count to Greg Porter, who has hit consistently around the 300 mark all year, but his hitting streak has pushed his average up to 317. He looks at a pitch low, 1-1 strike. One away here in the second. Erick Aybar at second after doubling in 2. It's 5-1 Quakes. T.A. Fulmer, in his first start, he's being sent back down to Inland Empire, is getting hit. There's a bluff from Aybar, but he does not go, and the pitch is a fastball that's outside, 2-1 strike. Aybar has 35 stolen bases on the year, and that leads the Cal League by 11. In second is Chris Morris of High Desert with 24. So Aybar has really distanced himself between the numbers he has in the competition. Here's a swing and a fly ball to center. This one's hit deep. Harris is going back, and it's over and pointed off the wall. Aybar, who went back to tag, is now running around first, and there will be no throwing. Will score on a double by Greg Porter. Greg Porter lined that ball to deep center field, and it was over the head of Gary Harris, who has speed in center field. It bounced off the track, off the wall, and Aybar did not know if it was going to fall initially or not, and that's where we see the speed. Aybar was moving back to the bag to tag up because the ball was plenty deep for him to get over to third base. But as soon as he saw that ball hit the ground, he took off and he tore around third, and he slid in home without a throw. It is 6-1 Rancho Cucamonga, and that's going to force the Inland Empire bullpen to get busy. Pitching coach Dwight Bernard is on the mound to talk to T.A. Fulmer. It is 6-1 Rancho Cucamonga, and Michael Napoli will be the batter. The right-handed slugger walked in his only plate appearance here tonight. Fulmer out of the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it's on the inside corner for a called strike. The Quakes with 4 hits here in the inning, including doubles from Aybar and Porter. Here's the pitch. Napoli leans back from a fastball in tight. 1-1 to count. For Inland Empire, warming up is Miguel Martinez, a left-hander. Napoli trying to pick up Porter at second. Here's the pitch. That one had a lot of movement on it, but it still stayed inside 2-1. I don't know if that was a slider. It started in toward Napoli's belt buckle and then cut back toward the plate, but not far enough to catch a part of the strike zone. Here comes the 2-1. Napoli swings at a high fastball and doesn't get it 2-2. Quakes with 6 runs on 6 hits and no errors. 66ers with 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. Their lone run was a homer off the bat of John Nelson. Fulmer to the plate. Napoli takes low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Fulmer has had to throw a lot of pitches here in his 2 innings of work. Now I should say 1 1/3 innings of work. And you wonder, Fulmer is a little out of sorts because when he was at San Antonio his last couple of outings, he came out of the bullpen. So he hasn't started a game for close to 2.5 weeks. Here's the pitch, swinging a fly ball. It's lifted to center pretty deep. Harris going back. He's at the track. He's in front of the wall. He leaps, and he makes a spectacular catch. What a terrific catch by Harris. Up against the wall in center field. He ran back quickly, used his right hand to feel where that wall was, timed his leap perfectly, and snatched it out of midair. Napoli hit it to the wall, and Harris timed his leap perfectly, tagging up and moving to third is Greg Porter. Harris with a terrific catch up against the wall, and I don't think his glove could have been outstretched any further than it was. That's the second out of the inning. Now to bring up Jared Abruzzo, batting left-handed, and he takes a fastball away. Abruzzo singled in a pair back in the first. Fulmer to the plate, and a swing and a line drive back to the screen. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So we've seen a little bit of everything in this game. We've seen offense from the Quakes. Nelson with a home run for the 66ers. Now a couple of sparkling defensive plays, one by Shane Halter of the Quakes. And now Gary Harris of Inland Empire. Here's a swing and another foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Abruzzo. Abruzzo is the DH. He's a switch hitter, batting in the 5th hole, protecting Napoli. Reggie Willits is on deck. 2 down, we're in the second. It's 6-1. Rancho Cucamonga as Martinez continues to warm in the Inland Empire bullpen. Left-handed batter waits. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball up and in. 2-2. So as we mentioned earlier, with Saunders, he's pitched very well against the 66ers this year. In 3 starts, he's only allowed 3 earned runs. Now he's got a 5-run cushion here in the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here's the pitch, swinging a 2-hopper to second. Gonzalez has it, and he throws to first, and the side is retired, but not before. Rancho Cucamonga gets 3 more runs on 4 hits. They leave a man. We will head to the third. Rancho Cucamonga leading 6-1.
Ball players take pride in dirty uniforms after an exciting game.
Hey, dude, check out my smudgy. Wow.
When it comes to your automobile, however, it's a whole different ballgame. You take pride in your vehicle and want to keep it looking great. That's why more folks call A Bit More Mobile Detailing, because we go the extra inning to ensure your satisfaction. We come right to your home or office, and we're not finished until you're satisfied. Whether it's for your car, truck, boat, or RV, call A Bit More Mobile Detailing, serving the Inland Empire at 1-877-A-BIT-MORE.
It's a whole new ballgame. Playing baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Join us at the Epicenter every Monday for Monday Madness. 2-plus tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 Cracker Jacks, and 2 sodas. All for just $12. Every Monday night at the Epicenter. We'll see you there.
The whole new ballgame. Playing baseball. The family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for.
3-1, Rancho Cucamonga on top as we head to the third inning. Joe Saunders will face Eric Monzon, Juan Gonzalez, and Jesus Guzman. Saunders with a 5-run cushion, and the left-hander deals, and it's a fastball away to Monzon. 1 ball and no strikes. Monzon hitting 125 on the year, no homers, 2 RBIs. He swings at the 0-1 and hits a fly ball that's fouled back out of play down the right field line that goes over the grandstand and onto the concourse area. 1-1 to the Inland Empire shortstop. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball inside, 2-1. So the Quakes offense has exploded here in this ball game. 3 in the first and 3 in the second. Here's the 2-1, swinging a fly ball that's hit to left field. Weed, check that's going to have to play it off the wall and into second base with a double. So lead off the third is Eric Monzon. That was a fly ball that just carried. It looked like he hit it pretty well, but it just carried out there. And it was off the wall, and for Monzon, a leadoff double here in the third. Inland Empire is going to turn the lineup over, and Juan Gonzalez, who flew out to right field to lead off the game, is going to hit. Saunders looks at the runner, and here's the pitch, and a bunt is foul. Back to the screen. So Gonzalez trying to move the runner to third and quite possibly bunt for a base hit because it looked like Abram was playing back. Now Napoli, the catcher, is going to go out to talk with Saunders on the mound. Well, Thursday night, Inland Empire beat the Quakes 11-3. Last night, the Quakes won a nail-biter 2-1 in 12, and they lead 6-1 here tonight, trying to capture the rubber match of this 3-game series. Here's the 0-1, and it's down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. After tonight, the Quakes will face the High Desert Mavericks for 5 games. Before they start a pretty long road trip. Here's the pitch and a bouncer snared by Saunders, and they got him at second base. Oh, they called him safe. He said they got him at the tag. Saunders, he snared that chopper back to the mound, and he fired back to second base. And the umpire, David Rackley, out there said Monzon got back under the tag. Halter was covering, and it looked like they had got him because he was leaning toward third base and then came back in towards the bag. Halter applied the tag, and it was close. On the replay, it was a bang-bang play. But all that matters at this point is that it's 2 men on with nobody out for Jesus Guzman, who takes the ball. So Gonzalez is on a fielder's choice. Saunders had the right idea because Monzon was definitely leaning toward third on that first step. He took it toward third base, but he was able to beat the throw back. That play, under different circumstances, but similar, Erick Aybar on his 2-run double back in the second had rounded third base, and then on the cutoff throw, he had to quickly get back to second base under the tag, and he did so. Now here's an inside-out chopper foul down the first base line off the bat of Jesus Guzman, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to the 66th third baseman. So Inland Empire trying to climb back into this ball game, trailing 6-1 in the third. Monzon is at second. Gonzalez is at first. Saunders checks the runners, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, and down goes Guzman. So that's an important strikeout for Saunders, and now the double play is a possibility, although Gary Harris, who's coming up to the plate now, has good speed. And he showed it off in the bottom of the second inning when he ran back and made a leaping catch off the bat of Michael Napoli at the wall. He got back there quickly. Here's a slow breaking ball that stays up high. 1-0 the count. Harris wearing number 10, left-handed batter. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. 2-0. He popped out to short back in the first. Saunders at the belt. He's ready. Here's the late kick and the pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1. Monzon led the inning off with a double. Gonzalez hit a chopper back to Saunders, who tried to throw Monzon out at second base as he got back to the bag, but he was safe. So first and second. Here's a swing and a chopper off the end of the bat to Saunders. It's off the heel of the glove. He's going to have to hurry. He's got a throw that is high to first base, but Harris beat it anyway. So that ball was hit off the end of the bat off the third base side of the mound, and Saunders had to come off to glove it, and it was off the heel of his glove, and he didn't have a play as Harris has good speed. Hustled down that first baseline, and so now they are loaded. And that is going to be an error. Charge to Saunders. He just had it hit off the heel of his glove. Had no play. So here is Nelson, who has already homered tonight with the bases loaded. 66 is down, 6-1. Here's the pitch, and look out, it's down low, and it gets away from the catcher Napoli, but not far enough where Monzon wanted to risk coming down from third. And so the bases remain loaded. Nobody tries to move up. 1-0 to Nelson. Nelson hit his 9th home run of the year in the second. A deep blast to center field. So a double, a fielder's choice, and now an error on Saunders, and they're loaded with one out. And this one's in the dirt and does get by Napoli. And coming into score, standing up, is Monzon. And that is a pass ball on Napoli. They're going to charge Napoli with a pass ball on that one, and it bounced in the dirt. And they're going to change it to a wild pitch. And that's teamwork right there. That's great teamwork. There's the next pitch to Nelson, and it's high 3-0. Monzon comes in to score on the wild pitch. Moving up to third was Gonzalez, and second, Gary Harris. 3-0 the count to Nelson, with Ballette on deck. 3-0, and it's just off the corner, ball 4, and so now they're loaded. Again. 6-2. Rancho with a lead, and now the tying run is going to come up to the plate in the person of Peachy Ballette. Ballette does not have a home run this year, but he did single back in the second inning. And now Keith Comstock, the pitching coach, is going to come out and talk to Saunders. Saunders working with a 6-1 lead, now 6-2. Has the bases full with one out. And Ballette at the plate. 6 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Rancho. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Inland Empire. So the conversation is finished. And now Saunders will go to work on Ballette, right-handed batter. Gonzalez at third, Harris at second, Nelson at first. Ballette is a right-handed batter. 1 for 1 tonight. He waits. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball called strike 1. Good off-speed pitch at the knee. 6-2, the Quakes on top. But Inland Empire, they're a good offensive ball club, and they have an opportunity right here against Joe Saunders with the bases loaded and 1 out. Here's the 0-1 to Billette, swinging a foul ball off the screen, and it's 0-2, and Billette frustrated with himself. That ball was up a little bit, and he thought he should have done something with it. Michael Napoli, the catcher, is out to have a quick word with Saunders as Billette takes a walk around home plate. If he gets an opportunity, Carlos Arroyo is on deck. And there's bullpen activity for the Quakes. Will Height down there starting to get loose. Here comes the 0-2 to Billette, and look out. He had to pick that front leg up to get out of the way of it, and it's 1-2. So T.A. Fulmer has struggled in his start tonight for Inland Empire, and Saunders trying to prevent similar struggle. Trying to keep Inland Empire to just the 1 run in this inning. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a slow breaking ball that was diving in toward his back foot. So a big strikeout there. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. And now Carlos Arroyo will be the batter. The second, check that, the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Saunders. And now here's Arroyo, batting left-handed, who lined out softly back in the 2nd inning to Halter at short. First pitch is swung on and lifted foul back out of play. 0-1. Defensively, DJ Weed is shading Arroyo a few steps toward the line. They're playing him the other way. And they have pulled Mel Garejo way out the line out there in right field. So they're expecting Arroyo to go the other way with it. Here's a fastball on the outside corner called a strike. And so Saunders is going to pound that outside edge. Bases loaded. We're in the 3rd. 6-2. The Quakes are leading the ball game. But with 1 hit, Inland Empire to get right back in it. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's low and away in the dirt. 1-2. Napoli had to slide over a bit to his left to prevent that one from going to the backstop. 1 run has already scored here in this 3rd. And it was on a wild pitch. Eric Monzon, who got everything going in the 3rd with a double, scored on a wild pitch. Here's the 1-2 to Arroyo. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And again, it was a pitch on the outside edge. So for Inland Empire, they get 1. They threaten to get more, but they cannot get anything else across. We will head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Quakes lead this one 6-2.
Great pitchers are legendary for their pinpoint precision. When it comes to welding and fabrication, you want that same precision on your team. That's why more people trust On-Site Mobile Welding. They're completely certified and have 30 years of experience. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or emergency work, give them a call at 909-592-5074. On-Site Mobile Welding, located in Ontario at 1506 Francis Street. They can weld anything except a broken heart.
It's not unheard of to lock your keys in your car or home. But it is unheard of to lock yourself out and not call a professional like B&B Lock and Security. B&B has offered fast, reliable, and professional service throughout the entire Inland Empire since 1969. They know you have better things to do with your time, like getting some spare keys made. B&B Lock and Security. You'll find them in your yellow pages. And remember, they also provide a fast and convenient mobile service.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original Carl Budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budding in 2.5-ounce, 8-ounce, and 1-pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budding, a real slice of life.
set behind the Gabriel Mountains, beyond the third baseline grandstands. It's a beautiful view here at the ballpark. A full house enjoying not just the sunset but the ball game as well. It is 6-2, Rancho Cucamonga, as we head now to the bottom of the third inning, where Reggie Willits will lead off against T.A. Fulmer, and first ball swinging, he lifts a foul pop backing out of play on the third base side. The Quakes with 3 in the first and 3 in the second. The 66ers with lone runs in the second and third, and they have the bases loaded with 1 out, but Joe Saunders struck out Willett and Arroyo to end the threat. And yes, that rhymes. Here's a swing and a liner into left field, a base hit for Willis, who gets things going. Unintentionally, but yes, Willett and threat. So that's the 7th hit of the ballgame for Rancho Cucamonga. And Willis is now 1 for 1. He had a sac fly back in the first inning. And that'll bring up Matt Abram. Abram struck out back in the first. T.A. Fulmer has thrown a lot of pitches in the first 2 innings. And the Sixers, who had the bullpen going earlier in the ballgame, it's quiet now. They're hoping he can get through a few more frames here in this one. The right-hander, again, pitching out of the stretch. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a liner straight back to the screen. Abram right on top of that one. But it's 0-1. Willits at first base with a pretty good lead over there. Being held on by Hagan. Fulmer looks over. He's ready at the belt. He kicks and fires. Swing and a pop-up. It's in foul territory. The catcher throws away the mask. Now coming down from first base is Hagan, and he calls off Lentz and makes the catch about 20 feet up the first base line. And it's in fair territory, and so Abram pops out, and there's now 1 away as Rancho Melgarejo steps into the batter's box. Melgarejo singled and scored back in the second inning. Willits over there at first base, second on the team in steals. He has been successful on 21 out of 29 attempts. But now with 1 down, we'll see if there's any action. He's not going, and it's a bunt. And it's a perfectly placed bunt, and no play for Fulmer. It was a little, almost, I wouldn't say a fluke, but he hit it in the air. Melgarejo did, and it had a lot of backspin on it. It did not get out very far, but it landed right in between the catcher Lentz and Fulmer coming down off the mound, and it did not have any topspin action that kept the ball going toward Fulmer. It had a more backspin, so he had to not just bend down and pick up the baseball, but he had to lean forward and reach for it. And once all that was done, Melgarejo had raced down that line, and Fulmer had no play. So now first and second for B.J. Weed, batting left-handed. Here's the pitch, and it's low. So the Quakes doing it every which way here this evening. Extra base hit, walk, single, sacrifice fly. Now a bunt for a base hit. Melgarejo's 2 for 2. Here's Lee. Here's the pitch. Runners go. It's a double steal, and they're both successful. No throw from Brian Lentz. And Willits got a tremendous jump off Fulmer. And I'm not sure if Fulmer even checked second base. That's the 22nd steal of the year for Willits, who's now at third. Melgarejo at second. And we talked about it. Bobby Meacham loves to be aggressive on the base paths. So now it's 2 balls and no strikes, 2 men in scoring position for Weed. The infield plays in, swinging a line drive straight back foul. 2-1. So the Sixers infield is forced to play in a 6-2 ball game here in the third. Rancho already has 8 hits in the ball game. They had 2 in the first inning, 4 in the second. Now a couple more here in the third. 2 balls and a strike to count to B.J. Wheat. Fulmer's pitch is swung on and hit foul. Lifted up in the air and over the suite level and back onto the concourse. 2-2 the count. Big crowd tonight into this ball game. From the get-go, it's been an exciting ball game. A lot of action here tonight. It is a full house. 2-2. Here's the pitch and a bouncing ball. Hagan up in the air, first base. He comes home and the ball is not caught. No, wait, let's see what the Noe say. He dropped it, and in to score is Willits. Hagan had to jump in the air to field the high hopper. He came home with it. It looked like in time, and Lentz just didn't hang on to the ball. Willits is fast, coming in from third, and so the pressure was on the defense. They needed to throw to beat him there, obviously. But it looked like Lentz just dropped the ball. I mean, he had it, but Willits might have beat it anyway. At any rate, it is now a 7-2 ball game. Now Guerrero moves up to third. Weed is at first. And here is Erick Aybar, who swings at the first pitch and hits it down the right field line. Just foul, and not by much. Maybe by 3 or 4 feet. Aybar was that close to driving in 2 more. He's looking down that line, double checking. Sure that thing didn't move on me? That was a line shot, and down near that bullpen area, Arroyo was already in the corner looking to cut it off. But it was just foul. 1 man out. Runners at first and third. 7-2 Quakes. Fulmer looking in. He's got the sign. Aybar waiting. Here's a pitch. Swinging a line drive into right center field. A base hit. Melgarejo's in to score. Arroyo gets the ball back into the infield. It's going to force B.J. Wheat to stop at third. But it's 8-2. Rancho Cucamonga. Aybar comes through again. So the fireworks are starting early here at the epicenter. Why wait till the end of the game? They're just going to get them kick-started here during the ball game. Another RBI hit for Aybar, who now has 3 runs batted in here in this ball game, and that will bring up Shane Halter with men at first and third. It is 8-2. Rancho Cucamonga, and Fulmer is just getting hit hard. I mean, he's not fooling anybody at this point. Here's Halter, who's walked and scored and grounded to short. Fulmer's pitch is swung on and bounced foul towards Rancho's dugout. 0-1. Willits led this inning off with a single. After a pop out by Abrams, Melgarejo had a bunt single. A double steal followed by a fielder's choice scored 1 run. And then Aybar, with a single, drove in a 2nd run. Weed is currently at third. Aybar is at first. 2 runs are in, and it's 8-2. Fulmer's 0-1 offering is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Shane Halter, batting right-handed. Here's the pitch. He swings, and it's a ground ball, base hit into left field. Weed is in to score. Nelson throws the ball back in, and stopping at second is Aybar. Halter, with his first hit tonight, his 2nd hit on this rehab assignment. This one's an RBI single that gives the Quakes a 9-2 lead. And here comes Inland Empire's manager, Darren Brown. He's going to have to make a switch here in the third inning. We coming in to score. And the men are at first and second with one man out. So T.A. Fulmer in his return to the California League after being sent back down from San Antonio gives up 9 runs at least on 10 hits. He's responsible for the 2 men on. We will take a timeout and we will be back right after this. You're listening to Quakes Baseball. Rancho leading 9-2. We'll be back right after this.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
Back at the epicenter, the Quakes have exploded here in the first 3 innings. They lead Inland Empire 9-2. New pitcher on the mound for Inland Empire is Miguel Martinez, making his 22nd appearance of the year. He has a record of 2-1, an earned run average of 6.11. In 28 innings, he's allowed 23 hits. He's given up 5 home runs. Wow, that's a lot. He's walked 12 and struck out 35. Fans, just a reminder, treat your group of 25 or more to the best family entertainment around, Quakes Baseball. Whether it be a company outing or simply a group of family and friends, just let us know how many and we'll take care of the rest. Group ticket prices at the epicenter start at just $6. So Martinez, the lefty, out of the bullpen, will face Greg Porter, who's 2 for 2 tonight. He has singled and doubled. He has an RBI and he's scored a run. Martinez looks at second, and here comes the slow breaking ball that drops in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Porter. Aybar is at second. Halter is at first. 3 runs are in. 9-2 Quakes. Martinez with a look. Here's the pitch, and it's outside 1-1. Porter has already extended his hitting streak in this game. He's now hit in 18 ball games in a row, which ties Michael Napoli for the longest streak for the Quakes this year. Here comes the 1-1, and Porter swings and hits a chopper off the screen in front of the Inland Empire dugout. It's 1-2. The Quakes trying to make it 2 out of 3 over the Sixers in this series. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and it's another slow breaking ball, but this one stays up high, and it's 2-2. Well, Saunders is 6-7 overall, his record. His ERA is below 3.5, and some of his losses have been because of a lack of run support. Well, that's not the case tonight. Here comes the 2-2, and it's a fastball, bounces in the dirt, 3-2. Porter up there trying to add to the total. Full count, 3-2. Napoli is waiting on deck. Martinez looks at second. Here comes the full count pitch, and it's a swing and a miss at a curveball, strike 3. So Porter is the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Napoli with men still at first and second. Quakes got 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and again 3 in the third. They have 10 hits. The Sixers with 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They have 3 hits. Quakes do have an error. There's Napoli, right-handed batter. He has walked and scored and flied out deep to center. And the first pitch looked like a changeup, and it's low, 1 ball and no strike. Looks like Martinez took a little something off that pitch to open the at-bat against Napoli. Martinez out of the bullpen, replacing T.A. Fulmer, who was rocked in his start here tonight. And the 1-0 pitch is low, 2 balls and no strikes. For Fulmer, his worst outing of the year, he gave up 10 earned runs against San Jose back on May the 7th. His lone appearance against Rancho this year was a loss, as Napoli takes the pitch low, 3-0. Quakes beat him 5-3 back on the 2nd of May. He allowed all 5 runs. Three balls and no strikes. Aybar at second, Halter at first. Here's the pitch, and Napoli takes, and it misses ball 4. So Martinez, after striking out Porter, lost Napoli on 4 straight pitches. And now Jared Abruzzo will hit with the bases loaded. Abruzzo will hit right-handed for the first time tonight. He singled in a pair in the first, grounded the second. Back in the second, he's 1 for 2 with a couple of runs batted in. Batting right-handed against the lefty Martinez. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Abruzzo, DH here tonight. This year he's hitting .250 with the bases loaded. He's 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Here comes the 0-1, and he takes low. 1-1 to count. Martinez looking in to get the sign from Lentz. He's got it. He's at the bell. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul ball straight back to the screen, 1-2. The Quakes with 9 runs in the first 3 innings. That is their best offensive output of the second half thus far. Well, I should correct myself. The first game of the second half, they scored 10 runs in a win over High Desert. They're 5-3 here in the first 8 games of the second half. 1-2 pitch. Abruzzo checks his swing and takes the ball outside. 2-2. Reggie Willits, who started this inning with a single, is waiting on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. The bases are full for Abruzzo. Martinez is ready. Here comes the pitch, and Abruzzo takes, and it's just off the plate, and Martinez was, maybe 3 or 4 steps towards the dugout. He thought he had strike 3. And looking on the replay, boy, that was close. But he did not get the call. So now the count is full. Martinez has the ball behind his hip. Now he brings it to the glove. And now he throws it, and strike 3 called. Abruzzo thought it was outside, but he was rung up by home plate umpire Will Robinson. And so that'll do it for the Quakes here in the third. But they get 3 more runs. And even though they leave them loaded, they get 3 runs on 4 hits. We will head to the top of the 4th inning. The Quakes leading the Sixers by a score of 9-2.
If you have a home improvement project you want done, it's time to bring in the pros at Handyman Unlimited. They're your one-stop household maintenance and repair service. They offer a way for you to economically maintain and enhance the life of your home without investing the leisure time. From patio covers to fences and gates, from decks to flooring, window replacement, and countertops, Handyman Unlimited can do it all. Call 909-931-2700 or see them on the web at handymanunlimited.com. Handyman Unlimited. We take care of your repair needs the first time on time.
Feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the book, not the other book. Audit, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, softies, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, farm mail, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Top of the fourth inning, 9-2, the Quakes lead the Sixers. Rancho's offense with 3 runs in each of the first 3 frames. T.A. Fulmer out of this ballgame after allowing all 9 of those runs on 10 hits. And so now Joe Saunders is out to work the fourth. He will face Matt Hagan, Brian Lentz, and Eric Monson, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Sixer lineup. So the fireworks starting early here at the Epicenter tonight, and a full house enjoying this one. Saunders, the lefty, ready to go to work on Matt Hagan. And the first pitch is a fastball down and away for ball 1. Hagan reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Saunders gets the sign from Napoli. Here's the pitch, a swing and a pop-up. On the infield, looks like it'll be in play. Napoli and Porter. It'll be Porter in foul territory to make the catch, and Hagan is out. 1 away. So, at this point, the important part of the ball game was actually in the top of the third, with when 1 out, Inland Empire had 1 run in and the bases loaded with just 1 out. Peachy Villette coming up, and Saunders struck out Villette and then Carlos Arroyo to keep it a 6-2 game as he throws a fastball high to Lentz. 1-0. So instead of the Sixers getting a little closer, Saunders shut the door, and then the Quakes tack on 3 more, and it's 9-2. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Lentz. Saunders goes into the windup. Here's the pitch, swinging him in, and it's 2-1. Tomorrow, the Quakes will hit the road and play 1 game at High Desert as Lentz swings and on an inside-out ground ball hits it right to Abram at first, and he'll take it to the bag himself, and there is quickly 2 down. They'll play High Desert tomorrow on the road and then return to the Epicenter to take on the Mavericks in a 4-game set. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then they will hit the road for 6 at Visalia and at Lancaster. Saunders delivers a called strike 1 to Eric Monson. So the Quakes in the middle of an important stretch of games to begin the second half against Southern Division foes. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Monson. Here's the pitch, and he lifts the ball to shallow right center field. Moving over is Melgarejo, and in the gap he is there to put it away, so Saunders gets a quick 1-2-3 inning. There haven't been too many of those in this ball game. We will head to the bottom of the fourth. The Quakes leading this one 9-2.
You have choices when it comes to buying auto parts. Before you spend a fortune at a major chain store, visit West Coast Auto Records. We're a proud American company featuring American-made auto and truck parts at great prices. We pay top dollar for junk cars, late model wrecks, and abandoned and illegally parked vehicles are removed for free. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Stop by West Coast Auto Records at 4007 State Street in Montclair or log on to westcoastautoparts.com.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Reserve a pregame picnic at the Epicenter for a unique group experience. After the picnic, your group of 25 or more will move to your seats to watch the game. All options include all you can eat and drink, plus your game tickets. Choose from 3 great menu options. Prices start at just $15 per person.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. Family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's a whole.
Just a reminder, Quakes fans, that Quakes baseball is sponsored in part by Farmer John Hot Dogs. Farmer John Hot Dogs, the official hot dog of the Epicenter. And the Epicenter is jumping right now as the Quakes lead 9-2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Left-hander Miguel Martinez is on for his second inning of work. He will face Reggie Willits, Matt Abram, and Rancel Melgarejo. Martinez came on for T.A. Fulmer, who went 2 1/3, allowing 9 runs on 10 hits. He walked the batter, and he struck out 1. Here's the first pitch to Willits, and he swings and lifts a high fly ball that Hagan gives chase and watches land in the red seats in the second deck of Grandstand C here at the Epicenter. It's foul 0-1. So the Sixers bullpen's going to get a lot of work tonight, starting with Martinez. Willits, right-handed batter, 1 for 1 tonight. He had a sacrifice fly in the first. He singled and scored back in the third, and he lifts another high fly ball back out of play, and it's 0-2. So for Martinez, one thing you can say about what he's done out of the pen, for the most part, he's thrown strikes. He did walk Napoli, but it looked like he was pitching him pretty carefully. He walked him on 4 straight pitches. I don't think he was really interested in pitching to him. 0-2 pitch is up and in, ball 1. He struck out Porter and Abruzzo, with men in scoring position and the threat in the third. 1-2 to Willits, 9-2. Quakes from the bottom of the fourth. Harris shading Willits a couple of steps into right field. Here's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Martinez has 3 strikeouts to his credit. And that is the first out in the fourth. Some scores from around the California League. In the top of the 9th inning, San Jose and High Desert tied at 1. In that game, Jesse Harper started for the Mavericks and Merkin Valdez for San Jose. The first pitch to Matt Abram is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Valdez making his 5th start for San Jose after coming off the disabled list. He had, I believe, shoulder tendonitis from spring training. The first or checked out the 1-0 pitch to Abram, and listed foul, back out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Valdez acquired by the San Francisco Giants in the Russ Ortiz deal, and they're not interested in rushing him. Made his 5th start, but it's a 1-1 ball game. Harper and Valdez in that one, top of 9. Top of the 6th, Lancaster 3, Lake Elsinore nothing at the Diamond. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Abram, and it's low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody on, 1 out. We're in the 4th. 9-2, Rancho with the lead. Martinez into the windup. There's the pitch, swing and a ground ball. Diving stop by Gonzalez to his right, and he gets up and he throws him out at first base. A nice play turned in by Juan Gonzalez at second base. Again, Abram, who's now 0 for 3 in this game. And that'll bring up Rancho Melgarejo, who has scored twice and scored. He also has a stolen base mixed in there. Top of the 4th inning at Sam Lynn Ballpark. Bakersfield leads Stockton by a score of 2-0. First pitch to Melgarejo is low, 1 ball and no strike. Up in Visalia at Recreation Park, it's the Modesto A's 5 and the Visalia Oaks 2, top of the 5th. Here's the 1-0 to Melgarejo, and it's a fastball strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Here it's 9-2, Rancho Cucamonga in the bottom of the 4th. Large crowd on hand. Sell out here at the epicenter. The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. The Quakes had a big crowd here last night. I believe they had over 5,700. They're going to be close to that tonight, if not surpassing it. Here's the 2-1, and it's a fastball up and away, 3-1 to count to Melgarejo. Nobody on, 2 men out. DJ Weed is on deck. If Melgarejo can get aboard, he would bat. Into the windup is Martinez. Here's the pitch, and it's right down the pipe. Called strike 2. Martinez wearing long blue sleeves underneath the uniform, working off the third base side of the rubber. Peers in over the glove to get the sign. He kicks, and here comes the 3-2 pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. He took something off of it, and Melgarejo was out in front. So can you believe it? A 1-2-3 top of the 4th, and now a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th. Knock on wood, we'll head to the 5th, 9-2, Rancho Cucamonga.
You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in the relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
Joe Saunders will begin his 5th inning of work with a 9-2 lead, and his first pitch is very high. 1 ball and no strikes to count to the Sixers leadoff man, Juan Gonzalez. Saunders comes back with a fastball strike at the knees, 1-1. Gonzalez has slide to right and reached on a fielder's choice. He swings and hits a bouncer foul back to the screen, and Saunders is ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gonzalez will be followed by Jesus Guzman and Gary Harris. We're in the 5th. 9-2 Rancho Cucamonga. 1-2 is in on the hands and assisted foul out of play by Gonzalez, who stays alive. Quakes scored 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and 3 in the third. Inland Empire scored a run in the second and a run in the third. Here's the 1-2. Reach for and miss. Strike 3. So Saunders gets Gonzalez. That's the first out of the 5th. Fifth strikeout of the ball game for Saunders. Through 4 1/3. And here is Guzman, who swings and misses. And that ball looked like Saunders took something off of it. Could have been his changeup. 0-1. Guzman 0 for 2 in this game. Swinging a foul straight back, and look out off the facing of one of the sweeps and tear him back into the seat. 0-2 to Guzman. Saunders looking over the glove at Napoli, getting the sign. He goes into his windup, and here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up, hit into right field, more of a fly ball. Moving in is Malgarejo, and he makes the catch, and they're quickly 2 down. So it looks like Saunders has settled down after a rocky third inning, at least. He gave up a home run to Nelson in the second. He has now retired 7 men in a row. And here is Gary Harris, who has popped out and reached on an error. And the first pitch is a fastball lifted foul down the left field line, 0-1. Saunders getting ahead of seemingly each hitter that comes up there at this point. And he's working a little more quickly. Here he comes back with a fastball high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gary Harris batting left-handed. He swings at a breaking ball and doesn't get it. That one was tailing away from it, and he was out in front, 1-2. Harris made a terrific catch in this ball game back in the second inning, robbing Michael Napoli at the wall. And he reaches for the 1-2 pitch, and he manages to get a piece of it and stay alive. Harris selected in the 18th round of the 2002 draft by Seattle. Takes the fastball low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he looks at a slider. Well, it's outside, 3-2. Harris went to Georgia College in Milledgeville, Georgia. He swings and gets a piece of it to stay alive at the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's always had speed. Hit 287 in the Arizona League in 2002. Last year, 285 in the Midwest League. As he swings and gets a piece of another ball. Chopping it toward the Sixers on-deck circle. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Harris. 2 men out. Lefty on lefty. Here's Saunders' pitch, and he blows it by him, swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 6th strikeout in the game for Saunders. He's retired 8 in a row. He will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Quakes lead this one 9-2.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a ready card for third member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in the relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
Quakes fans enjoying this one here at the epicenter, 9-2. Rancho Cucamonga with the lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. B.J. Weed, Erick Aybar, and Shane Halter will bat against Miguel Martinez, the Inland Empire left-hander out of the bullpen. On for his second full inning of work. He did get 2 outs in the third. The left-hander into his windup, and here's the pitch to Weed, and it's low. 1-0 the count. Weed tonight has singled and scored, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Quakes lead 9-2. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Weed swings and fouls it off. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And just want to remind you that young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. The Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud sponsor of Quakes baseball on the radio. Check it out. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a called strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weed, a switch hitter, batting right-handed. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a little bouncer under the glove of the third baseman Guzman, and Monzon with a strong throw gets Weed at first. Guzman moved over from third base to try to cut that ball off, but he let it go under his glove because I think he realized that it wasn't quite hit hard enough, and it was a good decision because Monzon was able to throw Weed out, and his momentum wasn't carrying him away from the base. Weed trying to hustle down that line. If we take a look at the replay, that pitch was in on the hands of Weed. First pitch to Aybar is upstairs for a ball. And I think Guzman just figured Monzon would have an easier time of it, so he let him make the play short. Here's the 1-0. It's an off-speed pitch, but it's high, 2 balls and no strikes. Defense playing straight away for Erick Aybar. He's batting right-handed for the first time tonight. Swings and misses. It's a 2-0 pitch, and he was swinging from the heels on that one. Aybar flew out in the first, doubled in 2 and scored in the second, and singled in a run in the third. He's 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Here's the 2-0, very high. Lentz has to come up out of the crouch to stab it. 3-1. Martinez into the windup. Here's the 3-1 pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen. 3-2. Aybar came into the game hitting .346. The 27 runs batted in. He's up those numbers. Now has 30 driven in from the leadoff spot. 2004. Martinez gets the sign. He kicks and fires, and it's called strike three. Aybar turned away from it, thought it was a little bit inside, maybe even high. He doesn't like the call, and he's got something to say to home plate umpire Will Robinson, but Robinson rang him up on a fastball that, to be honest, looked like it caught the inside corner. Check out the replay on it. Martinez threw it, and Aybar turned away from it, but it was a pretty good pitch. First ball swinging, and Halter hits a sharp grounder in the left field, a base hit. Second hit of the night for Halter. He's 2 for 3 with a walk. He scored a run, and he has an RBI. So he's had a busy night continuing his rehab assignment. So with 2 outs, there's a man at first for Greg Porter. Martinez throws a slow curveball that drops in for a strike. Martinez has 5 strikeouts. He's pitched pretty well out of the bullpen. Here's a ball in the dirt. Porter takes low, and it's 1-1. Two men out here in the fifth as the crowd starts to get into it. 9-2 Quakes. Here's the pitch, and Porter takes the strike at the knees. 1-2. This crowd was into the ball game early, but shoot, the Quakes jumped on Inland Empire so fast that it's been kind of mellow since the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch, slow breaking ball, and Porter fights it off, fouling it back in the seats to remain alive at 1-2. Fans, a reminder that Tuesdays are Extreme Tuesdays. Pre-game autograph sessions with Tremor and Quakes players. For more information, check out the Quakes website at rcquakes.com. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Porter. It bounces in front of Lentz. Nice block. And Halter has to stay at first base. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Porter. Napoli is on deck. He would be next. Lefty on lefty matchup. Martinez looks at first, comes home, and it's a fastball that Porter takes below the strike zone, and it's now a full count, 3-2. Martinez wipes the sweat off his face with his long sleeve shirt. Now he's ready to go. Looks at first base. Runner goes. Here's the pitch, and it's a fly ball. Hits a center. Harris moving over to his right. He's under it. He reaches up and makes the catch. So Porter flies out to center to end the inning. We are through 5 here at the epicenter. We'll head to the 6th. Rancho Cucamonga 9. Inland Empire 2.
If you've got kids, then you've got stains. And if your house has carpet, that means trouble. If your couch is strategically placed over ground-in Play-Doh or grape juice, you may want to consider a new direction in flooring. David Darwin Flooring can show you the latest in easy care, beautiful hardwood flooring, perfect for today's families. For installation, refinishing, and resurfacing, call David at 645-2464. That's David Darwin Flooring, a quality service serving the Inland Empire since 1980.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball. The family fun and so much more. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The excitement you've been looking for. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
For fans who want the benefits of season tickets but can't make it to all the home games, then the Quakes Mini Plans are perfect for you. Mini Plans start as low as $60 per seat. Plus, these plans feature the most exciting games of the 2004 season. To order your Quakes Mini Plan today, call the Quakes Ticket Office at 909-481-5252.
It's a whole new ballgame. Quakes baseball.
John Nelson will lead things off for the Sixers here in the top of the 6th inning. Inland Empire trailing Rancho Cucamonga 9-2. The Quakes jumped all over Sixers starter T.A. Fulmer. They got 3 in each of the first 3 innings, and they lead at 9-2. First pitch from Joe Saunders to John Nelson is way outside. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes Saunders back to the plate and a swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Nelson provided the Sixers with one of their 2 runs. He hit a solo home run to center field back in the 2nd inning. And now he swings and hits a shot over the head of the third baseman Porter into the left field corner. He's rounding first and will cruise into second base as B.J. Weed gets it back in. So a lead-off double for Nelson, who has hit the ball hard twice and drawn a walk. He's 2 for 2 in this one. So that'll bring up Peachy Villette for the man in scoring position. As the Sixers try to get something going here in the 6th inning against Quake lefty Joe Saunders, who has had a lot of success against Inland Empire this year, has an ERA of less than 1.5 against them in 3 starts. That's the 4th hit he's allowed tonight. Here's the first pitch to Villette, and he swings and hits a weak chopper foul. 0-1. Villette tonight has singled and then was forced out on a brilliant play by Shane Halter, playing shortstop tonight for the Quakes, who went into a slide to snag a ground ball up the middle off the bat of Carlos Arroyo, then flipped the ball over his head to Aybar at second without even looking, retiring in the 2nd, and then Villette struck out in the 3rd. Here's a swing and a miss. And he's quickly down 0-2 here against Saunders in the 6th. Nelson at second gets his lead. Saunders to the plate, and it's inside to Villette. 1-2. Saunders lost to Inland Empire back on May the 1st, allowing 2 runs in 6 innings. But he beat the Sixers on June the 2nd and again on June the 18th. And now a swing and a miss. And what looked like a changeup, and Villette strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. That's the first out here in the 6th. Sixth strikeout of the night for Joe Saunders. And here is Carlos Arroyo, who is lined out and struck out in this ballgame. Left-handed batter waits, and here's the pitch, and he shoots a foul. Look out, that hits off the railing in front of the Rancho dugout, 0-1. Arroyo had been one of the hottest hitters in this Inland Empire lineup. He came into the game batting over 350, but he does not play much against left-handed starters. And so far this year, he's hitting just .211 with 1 extra base hit against lefties. But with T.J. Vaughn getting promoted to San Antonio, the Mariners AA Texas League affiliate, he looks to get more playing time. And Arroyo hits a soft line drive to third, trying to go the other way, but he hit it right at Porter, not very hard. Porter looked at second base, but Nelson had gotten back quickly. But Arroyo is out quietly for the 3rd time tonight. They're now 2 away in the 6th, and that'll bring up Matt Hagan. As we mentioned, Saunders, he lost to the Sixers on the 1st of May, but he beat them on the 2nd of June. He threw 6 innings of shutout ball, and then he beat them again on June the 18th, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits in 7 innings. And in that game, he struck out a season-high 9. Here's the first pitch to Hagan. He hits a ground ball to third, and it's booted by Porter. And Nelson's going to round third base. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, Nelson's going to slide in head first as the throw came in late. Nelson with heads-up base running. I thought there might be a play at the plate, but Nelson with pretty good speed into the head-first slide. He got in there ahead of there were no tag attempts. He was ahead of the throw. So on the error by Porter, Nelson scores from second base on what was nothing more than a routine ground ball to third. Hagen's still at first. So here's Lentz, the catcher. It's now 9-3. Quakes lead by 6. Second error of the ball game for Rancho, and the second error that leads directly to a run as Saunders error, and now a ball gets away from the catcher Napoli. The runner goes, and the throw is in time, and Napoli guns down Matt Hagen, trying to advance to second base. And boy, I tell you what, I don't know. I don't know at all on that, but he was called out. It looked like a high tag, and his feet might have got in there, and the tag was applied shoulder level. But at any rate, it's the third out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. The Sixers push across the run, and it's 9-3. Rancho on top.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt and Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Time for a quick quiz. What do you get when you multiply your salary by 7? Give up? That's the amount of life insurance you may need. Do you have the right amount of life insurance to protect your family's future? Allstate's agents Maria Alcantara-Schick and Daniel Neal can make sure you do. They will even provide you with a free life insurance analysis. Call Allstate agent Maria Alcantara-Schick in Chino at 517-3141 or Daniel Neal in Upland at 920-9575. Because when it comes to your family's life insurance, the right hands make all the difference. Allstate Life Insurance Company, home office, Northbrook, Illinois.
Back at the epicenter, we are headed to the bottom of the sixth inning. It is a 9-3 ball game for the Quakes. And Rancho Cucamonga, who started the ball game looking for a win to capture this series, were able to do so by coming up with 3 runs in the first 3 innings. They lead 9-3. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Michael Napoli to lead things off, followed by Jared Abruzzo and Reggie Willits. I don't know, Will Robinson may not get any loving from either manager, but he did pretty well for himself with a fan. That's what you get for contest, I guess. Here's the foul ball hit straight back by Napoli, and it's into the stands. Strike 1. Napoli tonight walked and scored in the first, flew out to deep center in the second, and walked again in the third. He's officially 0 for 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 9-3. Quakes lead this one. After Inland Empire won the first game of the series 11-3 on Thursday night, the Quakes came back to capture game 2 of the series last night, 2-1 in 12 innings, and they lead by 6 here in the bottom of the 6th. Napoli hits a chopper foul, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Martinez done a good job out of the bullpen tonight for Inland Empire. This one's in tight. Evens the count at 2-2. Napoli standing in. T.A. Fulmer went 2 1/3, but Martinez has picked up the slack. He's done a good job for his ball club tonight. Here's a pitch in the dirt. And it makes it a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Napoli, who's already set career season highs in home runs with 19 and RBIs with 76. And he takes the pitch high, ball 4. So that is Napoli's 3rd walk of the night. And that'll bring up Jared Abruzzo. And once again, Inland Empire with action in their bullpen. A right-hander, number 6, David Bayang, getting set. I killed that. Beyond. Not even close. First pitch is in there for a called strike 1 to Abruzzo, who's 1 for 3 tonight. A 2-run single back in the first. Not a big lead by Napoli. Here's Martinez to the plate, and it's a fastball high at the letters. 1-1 the count. Abruzzo hitting .275 on the year, now with 20 runs batted in. Quakes with 11 hits tonight. The Sixers with 4. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's in there on the inside corner. 1-2. Big crowd here at the stadium tonight. They'll enjoy a fireworks show after the game. Here's a swing and a high fly ball. Hit the left center. Moving back is Nelson in the gap. He's towards the wall, and it's off the wall. Rounding third is Napoli. Here's the throw to the plate. It gets by the catcher Lentz, and Napoli slides in safe and scores on a triple by Jared Abruzzo. 10-3. Nelson and Harris both went out after that ball that was hit in the left center field, and it was hard to tell. If he had made the catch, you couldn't tell he was so far out there. And he was in front of the wall, and he just didn't quite get there. He reached out to try to make a basket catch, and he just didn't quite get there. So it's going to be an RBI triple. It's now 10-3 Quakes. And here's Reggie Willits, who takes a ball in tight, 1-0. So the Quakes with another extra base hit. The 1-0 pitch is popped up in foul territory. Hagan and Lentz coming over, and they will watch it land at seats behind the Sixers dugout. And it's 1-1 to Willits. Matt Abram is on deck. Nobody out. We're in the 6th. 1 run in. Here's the pitch, and a nice off-speed pitch from Martinez, and Willits was way out in front. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Surprisingly enough, Abram, the man on deck, and Michael Napoli, the only 2 without hits in this game for the Quakes. Napoli's walked 3 times. Abram, an 0 for 3. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right. Royal's got to hurry toward the line down there in the corner. He reaches out and can't make the catch, and it's a foul ball. Down there toward that 330 sign in the foul pole, and Arroyo on the dead run couldn't quite catch up to it, and it landed just a few feet in foul territory. In fact, the bullpen catcher down there had to bail out of the crouch and get out of the way, and he's maybe 3 or 4 feet off the line down there. So Willits almost had himself an extra base hit in the corner down there. 1-2. Here's the pitch from Martinez, and a changeup stays up high, 2-2. Napoli walked to begin the inning. Abruzzo tripled. He's at third, nobody out. Willits at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swinging a fly ball, hit the left field. Nelson's moving back. He's going to make the catch, and tagging and coming in to score is Jared Abruzzo, and that will make it 11-3. So another productive at-bat for Reggie Willits, who also had a sacrifice fly back in the first inning to get the Quakes their third run. And now he gets an RBI here in the sixth, and that may be it for Miguel Martinez, who's done a pretty good job out of the bullpen. As manager Darren Brown is on his way to the bullpen, and indeed, that will be all for Miguel Martinez. So we have a pitching change here at the epicenter with the Quakes leading 11-3. We'll take a quick timeout and be back right after this.
Pete's Rally Camp Ale presents Minor League Legends to Rally Around. On September 5th, 1954, Bud Cheney, age 57, tossed a 4-hit shutout for the Asheville Taurus. How did the 57-year-old celebrate? He put the tarp on the field. You see, Bud was also the head groundskeeper. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Camp Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hit of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy when at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
Pitching change here in the bottom of the sixth inning for Inland Empire. On the pitch is the right-hander, David Dion. Miguel Martinez out of the bullpen goes 3 innings, gives up a couple of runs, and had 5 strikeouts in 3 innings of work. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth, nobody on, with Matt Abram and Rancho Noguerejo due up. As we take a look at Dion's numbers, making his 18th appearance, he comes into the ballgame tonight with a record of 0-2 and an ERA of 4.09. In 22 innings, he's given up 26 hits. He's walked 11 and struck out 10. Opponents hitting .299 off the right-hander. So it'll be Dion to face Abram and Melgarejo here in the bottom of the sixth. 2 more runs in for Rancho. They lead 11-3. Dion into the windup. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball high. Dion. At the belt, into the windup. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt, 2-0. Abram has struck out, popped out, and grounded out, 0 for 3. Dion into the windup. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike called on the outside corner. Abram looking to get on base. The only Quake starter in the ballgame not to do so. Here comes the 2-1. He swings and hits a fly ball down the third base line, down the left field line, I should say. Nelson coming over. He slides. Did he catch it? And it looks like he did. He stayed down for just a second. A nice sliding catch down there by John Nelson, who slid feet first and came up with that one. So nice play in left field for the second out of the inning. Tough luck for Aybar. It looked like it was in foul territory. Nelson was coming over charging hard toward the line, and in fact made the catch right near it. So two men are out, and here's Mel Garrell. He swings his first pitch, and it's a pop-up down the right field line. Moving into foul territory is Arroyo, and on the run he makes a nice catch. So I tell you what, Dion came out of the bullpen and got two quick outs. Two more runs, though, for Rancho in the sixth. We'll head to the top of the seventh. Quakes 11, and the Sixers 3.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original Carl Budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budding in 2.5-ounce, 8-ounce, and 1-pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budding, a real slice of life.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too, simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet, and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
At 11-3, the Quakes on top as we head to the late innings. We're into the top of the seventh inning. Joe Saunders leads the ball game in terrific position to pick up his 7th win of the year and to even his mark at 7-7. Now it'll be up to the bullpen. And first up, Matt Wilhite, making his 31st appearance, has a record of 4-2, an ERA of 3.58. In 50 and a third innings, he's allowed 55 hits. He's walked 13 men, struck out 35. So the submarine right-hander, Matt Wilhite, will face Brian Lentz to lead things off here in the seventh. And Wilhite's first pitch is a strike on the inside, 0-1. Lentz tonight has struck out and grounded out to first, 0 for 2. Right-handed batter with an open stance waits. Here comes the pitch, and a swing and a bouncer to third. Porter charges, glove, throws to first in time, and there is one away. So for Saunders, he goes 6. He allows 3 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 6, and I'm not sure if all those runs are earned. I don't think they are. And in fact, I know one for sure, one's not. Back in the 6th, there was an unearned run that scored. So Saunders will lower his ERA tonight. Here's the 1-0 to Monson. It's in there. Monson tonight has doubled and scored and flown out to right. Here's the pitch. And it's on the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defense playing Monson straight away. Here's the 1-2, and he has to reach for it and gets a piece of it, fouling it straight back. into the screen. 1-2 the count. Juan Gonzalez is on deck. He'll bat next. Tomorrow, the Quakes will be on the road at High Desert before returning to the Epicenter for a 4-game series. Here comes the 1-2, swing and a miss. And Monson goes down on strike. Now 2 are down here in the 7th. That'll bring up Juan Gonzalez. Meanwhile, Inland Empire will get to go home for a while. They will take on the Lake Elsinore Storm in a 4-game series beginning tomorrow, and then they'll have a 4-game set against the Lancaster Jethawks. Here's a swing at the first pitch, and a soft liner is hit to Shane Halter, and quickly 3 up and 3 down. So Matt Wilhite out of the bullpen doing his part, and it's 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. The Quakes leading 11-3.
Teamwork. It's important on the field and off. When it comes to engineering services, more people are teaming up with Bonaldo Engineering. They feature a full spectrum of structural, consulting, engineering, and design build services. Whether it's commercial, industrial, or residential, go with a winning team. Bonaldo Engineering. For information or a consultation, call 944-9992 or stop by their office at 9480 Utica Avenue, Suite 607. Bonaldo Engineering, a proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball.
Family fun and so much more. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, the excitement you've been looking for. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes.
Celebrate a birthday in style with Trimmer and the rest of the Quakes family here at the Epicenter. Packages include 12 cafe or club tickets, a special gift for the birthday person, a souvenir for each guest, a personalized cake, and more. Birthday packages for 12 people cost just $200.
Family fun and so much more. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, the excitement you've been looking for. Rancho, Cucamonga, Quakes, it's a
It's not unheard of to lock your keys in your car or home, but it is unheard of to lock yourself out and not call a professional like B&B Lock and Security. B&B has offered fast, reliable, and professional service throughout the entire Inland Empire since 1969. They know you have better things to do with your time, like getting some spare keys made. B&B Lock and Security. You'll find them in your yellow pages, and remember, they also provide a fast and convenient mobile service.
Head to the bottom of the 7th inning, defensive replacement for the 66ers into center field now is number 35, Josh Ellison, and we assume that Ellison will now hit in Gary Harris's spot, which is third. As the fans sing the 7th inning stretch, we will get set for the bottom of the 7th inning with once again David Dion on the mound. And as the fans sing the anthem, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that Friday, July 16th at Standard Pacific Homes, they will present an appearance by the Superstars. The Superstars will be at the Epicenter to entertain fans between innings. The Quakes host the Lake Elsinore Storm at 7:15. So come on out to the ballpark. Superstars will be here. First pitch to B.J. Weed is outside for ball 1. Dion into the windup throws, and Weed swings and lifts the ball down the left field line. Nelson moving over into foul territory, makes the running get. So Weed is now 2 for 3 tonight. Nelson's been busy out there tonight. So Vion has retired all 3 men he's faced here this evening out of the pen. Now here's Erick Aybar. 11-3, Rancho Cucamonga on top. Aybar batting left-handed. Here's the pitch, and it's a two-hopper speared at first base by Hagan, throwing to Vion, covering it in time to get Aybar. Boy, the speedy Aybar was not out by much, maybe half a step. Nice play by Hagan, who had to back up on that ball. It was a fairly sharply hit one hopper. Hagan decided to back up on it, and he speared it, and Vion did a nice job beating Aybar to the bag, not by much, about half a step. So quickly there are 2 down. And that'll bring up Shane Halter, who's 2 for 3 tonight. Got an RBI, scored a run. Halter on a rehab assignment from the Anaheim Angels after dislocating a joint on his left ring finger. Pitches away, 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody on, 2 are out. We're in the 7th. Halter swings at the 2-0. It's a grounder. Backhanded it short by Monson. His throw to first is there and in time. And so 3 up, 3 down for Vion. And we will now head to the 8th. The Quakes leading the Sixers 11-3.
Part of the hitting instructor's job is to analyze the effectiveness and mechanics of a ballplayer's swing. Doesn't your car or truck deserve that same attention to detail? The automotive professionals at TLC Auto Center knows it does. For 11 years, they've been the pros you can depend on to expertly troubleshoot and repair your vehicle. From minor to major repairs to routine maintenance, you can rely on TLC Auto Center. Visit them just below Foothill on Monte Vista.
Hey, sports fans, is your house paint cracking more than the bats at the ballpark? Then it's time to call American Coatings. They've been painting America one home at a time. Besides complete interior and exterior painting, they feature drywall, texturing, acoustic removal, specialty coatings, faux painting, waterproofing, and more. For free same-day estimates, call 989-1219. American Coatings, proud members of the Better Business Bureau and Western Regional Master Builders Association.
Great pitchers are legendary for their pinpoint precision. When it comes to welding and fabrication, you want that same precision on your team. That's why more people trust on-site mobile welding. They're completely certified and have 30 years of experience. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or emergency work, give them a call at 909-592-5074. On-site mobile welding, located in Ontario at 1506 Francis Street. They can weld anything except a broken heart.
Rich Thompson on the mound for the Quakes. Here as we begin the 8th inning after Matt Wilhite threw 1-2-3-7. So Thompson now on in the 8th. Quakes lead 11-3. And Thompson will face Jesus Guzman, Gary Harris, Josh Ellison, and John Nelson. And Thompson's first pitch is in there for a strike to Matt Rogelstadt, who is pinch hitting for Guzman. Second pitch is fouled back. So Matt Rogelstadt is in there pinch hitting here in the 8th. So some wholesale changes by Darren Brown here in this ball game. 0-2 pitch, and Rogelstad fights it off, fouling it off into the crowd down the third baseline. Rogelstad on the year hitting .236, 2 homers, 24 batted in. Left-handed hitter. Did not get the start tonight, but now pinch hitting for Guzman, who's going to get a couple innings off here in the late innings of this one. Here's a ball in the dirt. Gets away from Napoli, but no one's on. It's going to be 1-2. The Quakes with 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and 2 in the sixth. The Sixers with 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the sixth. 11-3. Rancho Cucamonga comfortably ahead. I won't try that one again. Rogelstad waiting for the pitch. Here comes the 1-2. He hits a soft line drive. It's going to fall in front of Willits in center field for a base hit. So Rogelstad comes on and gets a pinch hit single to lead off the 8th. Joe Saunders went 6 solid innings, allowing just 2 earned runs on 4 hits, striking out 6. Matt Wilhite with a 1-2-3 7th, and now Rich Thompson is on here in the 8th. Meanwhile, it was not a good night for Sixer starter T.A. Fulmer, who has just recently been demoted from Double-A San Antonio after beginning the year here with Inland Empire. He got rocked. 9 runs on 10 hits and 2 1/3. And the first pitch to Ellison is a strike. Thompson at the belt. They're not holding the runner on, and here is the next pitch, and Ellison swings, and it's a ground ball foul in the direction of Rancho's dugout. Ellison on the year has not had an at-bat. Just recently joined this ball club. Recently promoted from Everett. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and he swings and foul tips it into the glove of Napoli, and his first at-bat. For Inland Empire is a strikeout. First out here in the 8th. And now here is John Nelson. Nelson is homered, walked, and doubled and scored on an error by Porter. That was in the 6th. He scored 2 of Inland Empire's 3 runs. First pitch from Thompson is in the dirt. 1-0 to Nelson. All right-handed slugger. Here comes the 1-0. Sharp bouncer to third. Porter's got this one. Goes to second for 1. Aybar to third. Twin killing. Double play. That'll end the 8th inning. Thompson gets a 5-4-3 double play. We will head to the bottom of the 8th. Rancho Cucamonga ahead 11-3.
Ball players take pride in dirty uniforms after an exciting game.
A good checkup makes smudgy. Wow.
When it comes to your automobile, however, it's a whole different ballgame. You take pride in your vehicle and want to keep it looking great. That's why more folks call A Bit More Mobile Detailing, because we go the extra inning to ensure your satisfaction. We come right to your home or office, and we're not finished until you're satisfied. Whether it's for your car, truck, boat, or RV, call A Bit More Mobile Detailing, serving the Inland Empire at 1-877-A-BIT-MORE.
Hi fans, Jason Anaforian here to tell you about Storage Max in Rancho Cucamonga. At the Quakes, we've had no worries storing our items at Storage Max. With the latest technology, Storage Max provides climate-controlled units keeping items from discoloration, fading, or getting dusty. This is especially great for the hot summertime weather in Rancho Cucamonga. Storage Max has units from 5x5s to 15x40s with 24-hour access. Storage Max is a new facility located at 8363 Foothill Boulevard between Vineyard and Grove Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga. Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, have helped us with great customer service. Now let them help you. If you're ready to move or just thinking about moving, give Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, a call at 909-949-3600. Again, that's 909-949-3600.
Bottom of the 8th inning at the epicenter. Quakes leading 11-3. Just a reminder, fans, that this broadcast is brought to you in part by the original Carl Buddick. With 9 distinct flavors, look for original Carl Buddick at your favorite grocer. Carl Buddick, a real slice of life. Well, DMX has gone ahead and let us know that Greg Porter is going to be hitting here to begin the 8th. And it's been a pretty good night for Greg Porter at the dish. He swings and hits a bouncer to third. Moving back on it is Guzman. He throws across the diamond in time to get Porter. Check that. That is Vogelstadt, who pinch hit for Guzman in the third. So Porter is now 2 for 5 in this ball game. But he had a single in the first, and he scored a run and then an RBI double in the second. And with those base hits, he's extended his hitting streak to 18 games. Beyond to Michael Napoli, and a slider is outside 1-0. Napoli tonight does not have a hit, but he's walked 3 times, scored a couple of runs. Right-handed batter waits. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, if you're looking for some silver lining and you're a Sixer fan, T.A. Fulmer did not have a good start, but Miguel Martinez and David Beyond have been tremendous out of the bullpen tonight. And Fulmer only went 2 1/3. And so Inland Empire was forced to come up with some innings from their bullpen, and Martinez and Beyond have definitely provided that. The 1-1 was low to Napoli. It's 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 11-3 Quakes. Beyond throws, and it's on the outside corner, called a strike. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and Beyond gets Michael Napoli. So now there are 2 down here in the 8th. And Jared Abruzzo will be the batter. Abruzzo, 2 for 3. 3 runs batted in. He singled, and he tripled in a run and scored in the 6th. He did that batting right-handed against the left-handed throwing Martinez. Now Abruzzo will bat left-handed. 1 for 3 left-handed tonight. Here's the pitch, and Abruzzo takes away ball 1. Quakes bullpen is busy. Will Heit's throwing an inning. Thompson's throwing an inning after Saunders went 6, and Vaughn Sturzbach, the closer for the Quakes, is getting loose. So despite the fact that it's an 11-3 lead for Rancho, manager Bobby Meacham does not want to let anything get in the way of this one. Saunders and the bullpen have been terrific in this game, and the offense has been excellent as well. This big crowd has enjoyed it from beginning to the present time. 2-1 the count to Jared Abruzzo. 2 men out, nobody on, we're in the 8th. Right-hander Beyond into his stretch. He throws, and a liner is hit towards center field. Ellison started in and now moving back, reaches up and makes the catch. So a little bit of an adventure for Ellison out there in center field, but Abruzzo is out. A 1-2-3 inning for the Quakes here in the 8th. We will head to the top of the 9th inning. Sturzbach coming in from the bullpen, trying to protect an 11-3 lead. We'll be back right after this.
For those staying tuned for Voice of Victory, it will be coming right after the Rancho Cucamonga game.
If you have a home improvement project you want done, it's time to bring in the pros at Handyman Unlimited. They're your one-stop household maintenance and repair service. They offer a way for you to economically maintain and enhance the life of your home without investing the leisure time. From patio covers to fences and gates, from decks to flooring, window replacement, and countertops, Handyman Unlimited can do it all. Call 909-931-2700 or see them on the web at handymanunlimited.com. Handyman Unlimited. We take care of your repair needs the first time, on time.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by David Darwin Flooring, a quality service since 1980. By Bonaldo Engineering, go with the winning team. By American Coatings, they protect your investment. By The Beer Hunter, the place where friends gather. And by Rancho Auto Service. If it's needin' fixin', trust Rancho Auto Service.
Choices when it comes to buying auto parts. Before you spend a fortune at a major chain store, visit West Coast Auto Renters. We're a proud American company featuring American-made auto and truck parts at great prices. We pay top dollar for junk cars, late model wrecks, and abandoned and illegally parked vehicles are removed for free. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Stop by West Coast Auto Wreckers at 4007 State Street in Montclair or log on to westcoastautoparts.com.
Ron Sturzbach comes out of the Quakes bullpen, looking to finish this one off in the top of the ninth inning. The Quakes leading 11-3, and Sturzbach, the right-hander, will face Peachy Villette, Carlos Arroyo, and Matt Hagan here in the ninth. Sturzbach into the windup, throws, and it's a strike called at the knee. Sturzbach on the year, making his 23rd appearance, record of 1-1, an ERA of 2.63. Here's the 0-1, swinging a bouncer up the middle. Halter moving to his left. He's got it, and he throws in time to get Villette. Nice play by Shane Halter, who's played a terrific shortstop tonight. Sturzbach, in 24 innings, has allowed 23 hits. He's walked 8 and struck out 32. So a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Here is Carlos Arroyo, 0 for 3 tonight, batting left-handed. And the first pitch, Sturzbach, is a strike. Joe Saunders with the first 6. Here's the 0-1, and it's again at the knees. A called strike 2. He gave up 3 runs, only 2 earned in 6 innings. Matt Wilhite, a scoreless 7th. Rich Thompson, a scoreless 8th. And Sturzbach now working in the ninth. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He struck him out. So now 2 away here in the ninth. And Matt Hagan is the only thing that stands between Rancho Cucamonga and a victory here on July the 3rd. The Independence Day celebration here at the ballpark about to start, as tomorrow Rancho's on the road. Here's the first pitch to Hagan. It's a called strike at the knee. More importantly, as far as Rancho's squadron standings is concerned, they're going to move ahead and into sole possession of second place in the South Division. 0-1 pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 11-3. Quakes jumped out with 3 runs in each of the first 3 frames to get a big jump on Inland Empire, and they have cruised from there. 1-2 as Sturzbach throws the slider in there. It's called a strike at the knees, and this guy's come in throwing strikes from the bullpen. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's high. 2-2. A little something on that one. Fastball, some movement. We'll reach back for Sturzbach. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes, and it's just off the outside corner. Napoli set up on the outside corner, and Sturzbach threw a pretty good pitch, but it was a little too far outside. If Hagan can work his way on, Brian Lentz is on deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Outside target again. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball is hit down the right field line, and it is slicing back and out of play and into the grandstand. So it's a souvenir, and Hagan broke his bat, and he'll have to go get a new piece of wood. So Sturt's back looking to finish this one out. And the Quakes looking to take the series from Inland Empire 2-1. Quakes tomorrow will be at High Desert for a matchup against High Desert, and then they will return to the Epicenter to take on the Mavericks in a 4-game series Monday through Thursday. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 men out. Search spot. Gets the sign. Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swinging another foul. Back and out of play. Behind the Sixers dugout into the second level of stand. Second level of the stand. So Hagan stays alive. 11-3. The Quakes out in front in this one. Third spot. Again, the 3-2, and strike 3 called on the outside corner. A perfect ninth for Juan Sturzbach, and he strikes out Carlos Arroyo and Matt Hagan to end it, and the Quakes defeat Inland Empire 11-3. We'll take a quick timeout, and we will come back with the totals right after this.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, mission tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Not the other book. Artists, posters, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Just save landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, falsies, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bond mail, wide whale. Take a look and you'll see. Got the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome back to the Epicenter, where a sellout crowd enjoyed a big victory by the Quakes, 11-3. Rancho Cucamonga over Inland Empire. Let's give you some of the totals. Hey, I tell you what, let's not, because they just turned the scoreboard off. Terrific. Well, I tell you what that means? Fireworks are about to start. Well, we do know this. It was an 11-3 ball game, 11 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors for Rancho Cucamonga, 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors for Inland Empire. The winning pitcher was Joe Saunders. So it is Joe Saunders. He evens his record at 7 wins and 7 losses. The loser was T.A. Fulmer, who is now 3-5. The only home run in the ball game was hit by John Nelson. It was his 9th of the year. The Quakes are now 6-3 in South Division play, while Inland Empire drops to 5-4. We'll send it back for a quick timeout before we wrap this thing up as the fireworks get started here at the Epicenter. Once again, the Quakes are winners, 11-3.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John. Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including a The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
Welcome back to the epicenter for the Yellow Book USA postgame show as we get set for a recap of tonight's ball game in which the Quakes defeated the Inland Empire 66ers by a score of 11-3. The Quakes got the offense rolling early with a 3-run first inning. Shane Halter walked against Sixers starter T.A. Fulmer and scored after Greg Porter walked and Napoli, check that, Porter singled to extend his hitting streak to 18 games. Napoli walked, and Jared Abruzzo scored 2 runs with an RBI, 2-run RBI single, and then Reggie Willits added a sacrifice fly to quickly make it 3-0. Rancho and Cucamonga in the first. They got 3 more in the second and 3 more in the third against T.A. Fulmer, including RBI singles off the bat of Erick Aybar and Shane Halter in his rehab assignment for the Anaheim Angels. The Sixers tried to crawl back in it. They got single runs in the second and the third, including John Nelson's 9th home run of the year, but the Quakes pretty much put things away with a 3-run third inning highlighted by several RBI opportunities, including Aybar again coming up with another run-scoring base hit. He had 3 RBIs on the night. The Quakes finished the scoring in the 6th inning, an RBI triple off the bat of Jared Abruzzo, and then Willits drove in Abruzzo with a sacrifice fly of his own, and that made it an 11-3 game, which is your finals. You can hear the fireworks going off in the background. So we will wrap up the Yellow Book postgame show, the USA postgame show, because you won't be able to hear anything. The attendance tonight was 6,959 here at the epicenter, and it was a terrific ball game. Joe Saunders evened his record at 7 wins and 7 losses, and T.A. Fulmer took the loss. He is now 3-5. So the Quakes moved to 6-3, 9 games into the second half. Tomorrow they will spend their 4th of July at High Desert, where they will take on the Mavericks. So that's going to do it for Jason Anaporian. I'm Jason Gannon saying thank you for listening, and so long from the epicenter, where once again the Quakes are winners tonight, 11-3. Good night, everybody.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball has been brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, McDonald's, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Grain, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. AWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next.